Hey guys, John here again, the Renaissance Garden Guy, hardiness zone 5B6A. Going to do a very quick little video here. We're going to talk a little bit about ground cover and hostas. These are two kinds of plants that really make a garden pop. They add texture, color, they make the garden verdant, incredibly green and rich looking. Hostas do, and ground cover does all sorts of things. So let's flip you around and show you what I got growing here. Start off here, we got some creeping phlox grows around this. There's also some Little Miss Sunshine sedum in there, but that really doesn't do anything flower-wise until later in the season, usually in summer. But the creeping phlox, emerald blue, it's a really beautiful little thing that just spreads and does well. It gets more floriferous and spreads further every year. And here in the rose garden, voodoo sedum. It's really cool, red flowers in the spring. The foliage is awesome. It looks great. The roses really, it sets off the roses beautifully. The roses look good with it. There's a clump of Little Miss Sunshine in the rose garden as well. Dragon's blood sedum out here in the lily patch. Looks really pretty in the summer. And blue star creeper, which I kind of had to do a little shuffling around and uprooting, but it just fills out beautifully. It just does really great things. Anything that you underplant with these ground covers, they just look great with the ground covers around them. And then of course snow in summer all over this blue and white hill. This stuff, you really have to rein this in. It likes to take off and run and do its own thing. Grace Ward Lithidora, I've got a few of those. Beautiful blue flowers. Iberis, a few different kinds of campanula, bellflowers, pretty blue flowers. Yeah, Iberis is wonderful. I guess you can consider Spanish white bells ground cover. I really don't, because they're 12, 13, 14 inches tall. But boy, they spread and they create this wonderful carpet of green strap-like foliage. Looks great even after the flowers are gone, but it's really great. I love this stuff. And I've got blue moon phlox, which very pretty. Out here, lily turf, variegated liriopa, pulmonaria. Again, the stuff really, it works great as a feature plant or a ground cover. It just spreads like crazy. Beautiful foliage, wonderful flowers. Here it's kind of swarming all over a big hibiscus. But the hibiscus, when it starts pushing up, and you can see that it already is, it'll just push its way right up through this ground cover. So that's it for the ground cover for now that I'm going to talk about. Then I'll show you some hostas. I grow probably, I think there's like 14 or 15 different species, varieties, cultivars, however you want to classify them, of hosta in my garden. These are Morningstar hostas. Here's I can't remember what this one's even called, early frost or something like that. I love it. It's crazy. It's the only one like this out here. There's Morningstar hostas in this feature. These are all guacamole hostas. They look great. Heuchera kind of competes for sunlight with them. Guacamole hostas are really great because they can tolerate full sun. They do equally well in shade or sun. There's more of them over here. And when these things really fill out, they get enormous and they look great. It's a great contrast with the limestone planter. There's more of them down here. These are mini, bedazzled hostas. They're small hostas. And even though they're small, they still get, I don't know, they can get 18, 19, 20 inches across. Really nice size. But they stay pretty small. There's more of them out here. And these are my little mini skirt hostas. These little guys don't get more than 10 inches across. They're just miniature hostas. And they tolerate full sun fairly well. You see a lot of hostas that have got like a yellow margin. They seem to tolerate sun a lot better than like the blue or green hostas whose leaves can bleach out, or the hostas that have a lot of white in their margin. The yellow margin hostas do well. I got Rainforest Sunrise hostas, Patriot hostas over here. I'm going to switch over here to the blue and white hill. There's more bellflower, more campanula here, a few different kinds of those, Gibsons and Birch's hybrid. This fabulous ajuga is just wonderful. I love the color of those flowers. Chocolate chip ajuga. It spreads. This was just one little teeny plant several years ago. Now it's, I don't know, a few feet in diameter and continues to grow. Looks great with the primula, the primroses around it. Some people consider heuchera a ground cover. I really don't. Coral bells They're sort of featured plants, but they look really, really great with hostas. There's more hostas out here, Patriot hostas. Again, these are all growing. This is called, these are Sunset Groove hostas here. Very, very pretty. This is a bedazzled hosta. These are, oh gosh. Yeah, okay. I'll think about that. I'll let you know. There's a Bika drinking gourd hostas elegans. Here's a drinking gourd. Here's an elegans over here, or it could be the other way around. Francis William hostas. That's what these are right here. Francis Williams hostas. They all, these are shade lovers. They do great. Things like a stilba grow well with them. There are two articles. Here's more elegans. Here's some Herman's Pride Arcane. Pretty aggressive. It spreads, it has really pretty little yellow flowers, and I like it. It just does great right here. It's a little black scallop ajuga. This little guy, I had a bunch of them in pots. I thought I killed them all. I dumped them all out in the dirt, and this guy grew. I found him last year on the other side of the fence and dug him up and planted him here, and he's very happy. And out here there's a lone Patriot hosta. Out here there's more of these rainforest sunrise hostas. These are blue cadet hostas. They're just fabulous hostas. I grew all of these from bare root, and some of them I propagated. I broke them in half and split them, and they just do real well out here. So that's it for hostas and ground covers. I'm going to flip you around, and I'm going to suggest there's on the Renaissance Garden Guy website, renaissancegardenguy.com. Green Up Your Garden with Hostas. Fabulous article. I wrote it. It's a couple years old now, but it's got lots and lots of growing information about hostas. And then, of course, my article again of a few years ago called 7 Super Perennials for Sun, Shade, and More. It's another terrific article, very informative, some great suggestions for perennial ground covers that you can. It's 7 super perennial ground covers for shade, for sun, shade, and more on the Renaissance Garden Guy. And I'm going to flip you around one more time. Show you these fabulous Myosotis sylvatica, little forget-me-nots. I love these things, and also Biocovo, hardy geraniums. There's an Azure Sky hardy geranium there as well. The forget-me-nots are fabulous because I consider them perennials because they're here every year. They really are perennializing. They're true biennials. The state that they're in right now, these are adult plants. They're going to die at the end of this year. They're going to drop seed and die, and then babies are going to form. These are all babies from last year. These guys won't flower this year, but they'll flower next year, and they'll drop seed. So I started out, I think I had something like maybe 11 little teeny individual plants. They were just in little 1.5-inch pots, and it had 69 cents for each of them. And they started out over here on this side of the this big hellebore, and they've just colonized. They just move around every year. Fabulous. Let me flip you back. So it's starting to rain like cats and dogs, like I told you it was going to do. So I'm going to get the hell out of this rain. And again, I'm going to tell you to check out the Renaissance Garden Guy website, renaissancegardenguy.com. Green Up Your Garden with Hostas. 7 super perennial ground covers for sun, shade, and more. And then, of course, you can also check out the Hostas I think it's Hostas, Shade Lovers, and Ground Covers photo gallery on the Renaissance Garden Guy. Hit subscribe here on the Renaissance Garden Guy YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Renaissance Garden Guy website and blog. Again, it's renaissancegardenguy.com. John Stamos, Renaissance Garden Guy, signing off from my 5B6A garden in Michiana Shores. Over and out. Catch you next time, guys.